Hi, in this video I want to talk through the answers to question 12, putting it all together exercise. Now we've been through all the different structures you can see on the GCSE geology map, can we start to put it into practice with questions typical of a past GCSE paper? Okay, let's have a look. Part A then asks which two of these statements are correct. These are the two. The outcrop of the granite is discordant. Clearly it's cutting across other beds, which is what discordant means. And the boundary Z to Z is an unconformity. You can see it's a bed of sandstone that's cutting across other older beds. That makes it an unconformity. Okay, it can't be a metamorphic aureole because it's nowhere near an igneous pluton. The limbs of the fold have the same angles of dip. The outcrop of the granite is discordant, it's cutting across, and the granite can't be a dike because it's very large and very round. Okay, part 2 then asks which of these sections between F and G are correct. And the answer is cross-section 1. The reason for that is if we look at the fold, it's clearly an antiform. So it can't be cross-section 3. And we know that granite is a pluton. It's cutting across the beds rather than following the beds, so therefore it must be cross-section 1 rather than cross-section 2. Cross-section 2 shows a granite sill. Question B asks you to put these statements in the order in which they happen. Let's just do that and then we'll talk about the reasons. Firstly, we have the folding of the black and grey slate. The other structures cut across those folds and aren't folded themselves, so that must be the oldest. Next then, after the folding, we have uplift and erosion of the black and grey slate and deposition of the sandstone and limestone unconformably on top of it. And we can see that because the sandstone and limestone aren't folded and they cut across those black and grey slates. Finally, the granite must be intruded because we can see the granite cutting into the sandstone and limestone and creating the metamorphic aureole. Okay, part C, the most appropriate method for determining the age of the sandstone relative to the limestone is going to be superposition. Remember, age goes from older to younger, and the dip is going from sandstone to limestone, so therefore the sandstone must be older. It's underneath the limestone. Question D asks which of these two statements about the black and grey slate are correct. It's these two. The strike direction of the cleavage is north-south. The dip is going east or west, so the strike is going to be at 90 degrees to that. It can't be slate being formed at the highest temperature. That's going to be the granite because it's igneous. Slate isn't formed by recrystallization of sandstone. It's formed by the metamorphism of mudstone. Slate isn't formed by contact metamorphism of shale. It's formed by regional metamorphism of shale. The strike direction of the cleavage can't be east-west because that's the way the dip's going. And finally, slate is formed by regional metamorphism. It's foliated, so therefore it must be true. And finally then, why the rock found at location J must be a marble. But we've got contact metamorphism, we're inside the metamorphic aureole there, and the rock there is limestone. So if we heat up a limestone, we get marble. Okay, if you've got any questions about any of that, please get in touch. I'll see you then.